So, you have been looking into Exitus Elite. You're thinking about joining this program, but you're not sure if you're actually going to make money with this program, or you're not sure whether it's going to work for you, or you just feel hesitant about jumping on board. Well, what I want to do in this video is I want to show you what you'll do once you jump on board with this program. And if you want to join through myself, then you will also get access to a couple bonuses that I'll go over in this video, such as you're going to have a private school group that you'll be able to join. And it's going to have additional trainings from myself. So if you want additional help with things like posting content on YouTube, or you want to see like what type of content to make that'll help you attract high quality leads, or if you also want to learn about short form videos, then you can of course learn about that right here. And very soon, I will be building out a done for you custom funnel for this exact program that will help you convert more leads into sales. So I don't currently have that yet. I was going to start working on that like yesterday, but I wasn't feeling the best, to be honest, and I was barely able to speak. But I am going to start working on that. I just wanted the videos in the follow-up series I wanted myself to sound good, so I'm going to start filming those very soon, and you'll be able to replicate them. And then it'll have like emails that you could simply add into your autoresponder, and it'll be really cool. So yeah, that'll be one thing. And when you are part of this community, all the bonuses that you'll get access to from me, you could also offer them to any team member that you bring on board with this program. So that'll help you get more conversions if you want the extra help. So that being said, let's talk about how you actually make money with this program. So first thing is when you join this program, this should be pretty obvious, but come in at the highest level you can afford, right? If maybe you can't afford to go all in with the, $2,000 level, that's totally fine. I get it. Bills might be high, and maybe you just don't have as much spending power now, because of how high how high the cost of everything is. But maybe you might do like the 500 or the 1,000 if you can. Whatever you have to do to get positioned at one of these levels. I would say like try to come in at the 500 at the very least. And then the cool thing is you could just work your way up from here, right? So, the cool thing about this program, the reason why I joined this personally, and like I was, for a while I wasn't really doing high ticket programs because, I didn't want to have to like, invest like a massive amount. But the cool thing is when you come in at one of these lower levels, and let's say that you get a sale at one of these, higher levels at like 1,000 or 2,000, you're still going to get paid, that amount that you're at, but then the rest of it will go to your sponsor. So then when you upgrade, you only pay the difference. So when you go from, 250 to 500, you just pay 250 plus the remaining admin fee. You pay the difference in that as well, and that just makes it easier for you to get positioned at the highest level all the way. So it just makes it a lot more convenient for people who are brand new, who don't have like a massive budget to start. So yeah, that being said, I would still say try to start at one of the higher levels, like 500 or 1,000 if you can, and that way it'll just be when you make a sale, you don't have to worry about like missing out on anything, and you'll likely get to a full time. You'll get to like more life changing income a lot quicker if you're able to come in at one of these higher levels. Right now, once you have clicked the link down below, you've made your payment, and you're in the back office, then the next thing is you'll have these videos right here, the start here section. And this is a pretty simple setup. You just have a couple videos right here that shows you how to set up everything. So this is like an introduction to the program. And then you will purchase a domain name. So that is a website URL that you'll get on Namecheap or to GoDaddy. It's like $8 a year for it. It's very cheap. I use Namecheap for this, and then I used Cloudflare to set up um, the forwarding domain to where when someone types in the domain, it leads to the capture page link that you'll see down below, right? So it's pretty simple to do. That video goes over how to do it, and then join the Facebook group, and then the next thing is just start driving traffic to your link, right? So the cool thing about this program is number one, it converts very well. So inside of the group, there's tons of members that are posting their results, and it's pretty inspiring, I will say. So there's a lot of people showing their sales that they're making, which is really nice. And I do like that you get paid instantly. You're not waiting for commissions to be paid out, and it gets paid however you want. But then, of course, when you start promoting the program, I recommend have at least one source of free traffic. And the two easiest ways are going to be either YouTube videos like what I'm doing right here, which is pretty easy. You could just, the tool that I use is called ScreenPal. It used to be called Screencast-O-Matic, but ScreenPal is what it's called now. And this is a free screen recording tool you could use. So just get this if you want, or use OBS Studio. That's completely free as well. It doesn't have any like paid upgrades. And yeah, then you could just film videos like this. And the thing is, you don't have to show your face in these videos. So if you just post one of these, per day, you post a couple Exitus Elite reviews, that'll get you like targeted traffic. Or you could do videos talking about affiliate marketing, best affiliate programs for beginners, how to make money in ClickBank. These are all video ideas that you can do, and then give your recommendation down below. So I recommend post at least one video per day, either on YouTube or post a couple videos per day on TikTok or Instagram. The cool thing with short form videos is you could film 5-second videos. You could do those faces as well, and you can go viral pretty easily if you do short videos. And then you could take each video that you make and post it on all 3 platforms: TikTok, IG Reels, Facebook Reels, and then YouTube Shorts as well. And that'll help you start getting traffic to your link. Now, the other thing that you can do is, of course, pay traffic. So they have a couple paid traffic sources that they recommend here. So underneath here, they have like 5 leads a day, Networker Central, or Traffic Zest. This is actually the one that I would recommend using, either Traffic Zest or another one. It would be like, I would say like Traffic Authority, but that one is a little bit more pricey compared to Traffic Zest. But you could do, this is known to be like really high quality traffic that converts very well. So if you want to go with this, you can. And with the program like Exitus Elite, because they're, high ticket commissions, then if you get just one sale and that person comes in at like $1,000, then you likely will make all your money back, or you'll likely get in profit with just one sale, which is pretty cool. So yeah, let's say one person out of here buys, then you're $800 in profit. But you can also go the route of buying traffic on a platform like Udemy, and then you can, then you can just buy traffic from one of these vendors right here. And so with this type of traffic, it's very easy to use. You literally just have to select the amount of clicks that you want, and then right here you just put in your capture page link. So like in my case, my link would be Wildfire Profits. That's the domain name that I bought. I actually bought this a couple of years ago, but I just forwarded it to one of my recent pages, and I'm likely gonna change it to a custom funnel once I have that set up. But for now, I just have it to where when you go to it, then it just leads to this page right here. And so this is built by Exitus Elite. The pages that they give you are pretty nice looking, so they give you a bunch of them. The higher level you come in at, the more of them you're going to get access to. So certain pages are exclusive for like some of the higher levels, so just keep in mind. The ones that are at the higher levels are known to convert better, and that's just one thing to be aware of, but they all convert very well because of how nice that they look. So you can just promote your link like this, and all you have to do is just put your link right here. You select the amount of clicks you want. 100 clicks for 44 cents would be 47 plus the like taxes, I guess you could say, for this. And then the traffic here is usually delivered within like 24 hours. So most of the vendors that are on here will deliver the amount of clicks that you order in 24 hours. Keep in mind that when it comes to traffic in general, typically on average, you're going to get around like 30% opt-in rate. So if you buy 100 clicks, you might actually get some over delivery. Like a lot of these vendors, they'll give you more clicks than what you ordered, but you'll likely get maybe like 115 or 120. You'll get a little bit more than what you pay for. And then you'll likely get around like, maybe 30 or 40 people opting into your page, right? Now, although not all of them, you're going to have people that, will click off, but the people, when they opt in, the cool thing is this system is actually going to follow up with all of your leads, right? So it's going to send them emails, getting them back to the offer, And most people do not buy the first time that they see something. So if you, if you send 100 people to a VSL, most likely not all, you might have maybe like one person here and there that'll sign up and maybe they'll get like the 100. But the key to getting consistent sales online, especially with paid traffic, is to have a really strong follow-up series. And that is why right now I'm building out a custom funnel. It's going to have a very extensive follow-up series that'll get your leads back to the offer. And each email in that follow-up series is going to lead to a video by me where I'm going to explain all the benefits of this program. I'm going to explain the bonuses that they're going to get when they join you via the link down below. That'll be the link on your page. And if you want, you could literally just, maybe you don't feel comfortable getting on camera. Well, if you want, you could just leverage the videos that I'm going to give you with the follow-up series and with the funnel set up, and then you could just focus on getting traffic. Maybe you just want to do solo ad traffic. Maybe you just want to, do paid traffic if you want. And if you want to go this route, then I would also recommend leveraging their phone sales team. So that's one of the benefit of this program is you have the option. Let's see, where is it? I think it's in settings. It's in one of these right here. But they have a phone sales team that you could turn on. I think it's in here actually. And what you could do is you can have it to where when someone lands on the VSL page, there will be like a button where someone can call the team, and then they have like a 90% closure rate. So let me see if I could find that. It's actually, yeah, Exitus sales team right here, right? So when you have this turned on, they will take a 20% fee, so you'll actually only make like 80% of the income right here. So yeah, like instead of like 2,000, you'll make 1,600. It's still pretty good, but keep in mind this phone sales team, they have a very high conversion rate and they handle all the objections for you. So that way, if someone reaches out to you and says like, hey, I got some questions, I'm skeptical, can I talk to you over the phone? You could just send them directly to the page and then the phone sales team will take care of it for you, right? So, that being said, if you want to go the route of just doing paid traffic, then I would actually recommend having this on. In my case, what I'm actually going to be doing is I'm mainly going to be doing, um, free traffic with YouTube and like TikTok as well. I'll do a bit of paid traffic as well, but because of the follow-up series that I'm going to have in place, I'm only going to turn this on if someone specifically reaches out to me, like messages me on like Messenger or something and says, "Hey, I got some questions. Can I talk to you?" I'll say, "Sure." I'll turn this on and then I'll send them the link to the sales page because for the most part, I am going to want to, make the 100%. But if someone really insists on getting on the phone with me, then I'll turn this on temporarily, send them to the VSL, and then I'll just take 80%. Totally fine with me. But I want to make the most amount of money, so I'm going to keep this off 90% of the time because I think that the system I'm going to build is going to do a pretty good job. And I think that Exodus Elite on itself, with everything else that they have, I believe that it already converts very well. And most people who join this, they're, when they, learn about everything this program has to offer, they're already like 90% sold in it. So like when you, for example, decide to do a review video, right? Like what I'm doing right here, you don't have to be ultra salesy. You don't have to like, talk about all the benefits and, think that if you say something a certain way that someone's going to join. Like most people who, like if you're watching this video and you made it up to this point, I'm going to assume that you've probably made up your mind and you probably already know that you're going to join this program. Maybe you don't join it right now, but you want to get on board with this program and you want to leverage a system in place that's going to help you convert sales. Well, then most likely you'll end up joining a team like mine, for example, right? So yeah, that's just what I wanted to mention there with the phone sales team. But as long as you are consistently getting traffic online, that's going to be the most important thing. Whether that is with YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, solo ads, or you do, um, any one of these platforms right here, as long as you're consistently getting leads, then you're going to make sales. And that's just really a numbers game. And that's with anything that you promote. So the best thing that I could recommend is if you're going to jump on board with this, don't be the type of person that, joins something and then, a week later you complain that you didn't make any money when you didn't really do the work. So take action every single day. When you are off the clock from your job, set aside an hour or two per day to focus on your business. Post a couple videos like this. Invest part of your paycheck into a solo ad if you feel comfortable doing that. If you're on a super tight budget, then hammer out videos like what I'm doing right here. And then any sale that you do get, you could take a portion of that and then put it into paid traffic like this. And then you'll get even more leads. And that way you'll keep getting in profit, right? So that's just what I wanted to recommend right here. If you have any questions that you want to ask, you can drop a comment below this video or reach out to me on Messenger, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. So that being said, I look forward to having you on board on my team. I look forward to helping you get up and running. And I really want this to be the program that when you join it, it's not just another thing that you sign up for that you forget about, after a couple weeks. Like this is the thing that you join, you really sink your teeth into, and you commit to it. You're like, I'm gonna just make this happen no matter what. Because most likely, if you're working a job, you're either dealing with toxic coworkers, or you have your manager that's claiming you're not working hard enough when you're taking energy shots and you're doing 3 jobs at once for a minimum wage or something like that, and you're barely able to pay bills, and you're just sick of it, right? You just want a change. You want to have more freedom. You want to have more spending power. Maybe you want to, move overseas and you want to have another home base in Southeast Asia or something like that, where cost of living is significantly lower, and you want to live on a super sunny, tropical, province area, like in the Philippines or something like that. Well, make one sale per month here, and that'll cover like 4 months of rent in the Philippines, right? And then maybe you might have another offer that you promote on top of it, like HBA, which is what the custom funnel I'll be building on. You could also earn commissions on this, and I'll have this set up in a way where any member that you bring on board in this program, when they join this group, they're going to be prompted to get the done for you funnel in this program, and they're going to reach out to their sponsor in Exitus Elite, which will be yourself, and you'll also make money in this program as well. And you make like 128 per month per customer. It's 80% residuals on these 3 products right here. So it's another income stream. You'll be building up stable income on top of this as well. And yeah, I've been with this program for many years. This program, it has been the main offer that I've been promoting for quite a while, but I decided that I wanted to add a high ticket program as well, because I believe that it would help more people on my team get to their income faster. And yeah, I just believe that it would help more people. So that being said, check it out down below. Jump on board with Exitus Elite right now. I will see you on the inside, and take care. All the best.